Hello, welcome back. I'm starting my journey to Esxence in Milan. So along the way, I thought I'd tell you which fragrances I've brought to try and impress some of the biggest fragrance influencers in the world. No pressure. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm going to fly from Manchester Airport, but first I've got to get the train to the airport. This one goes directly to the airport. I'm going to reveal the fragrance I'm actually wearing today to travel when I get there, because when I arrive in Milan, I'm meeting a good friend of mine who specifically asked me to wear and bring this fragrance because he loves it so much. And also, because it's my birthday today, he said he's brought a little surprise for me. So stay tuned to the end of the video to find out what it is. Almost at the airport, I'm going to tell you about the first fragrance that I brought with me. What I've tried to do with all the ones that I've packed is bring strong scents. There's going to be a lot of fragrances to compete with, a lot of smells in the fragrance fair at Esxence. All the other influencers are going to be wearing probably strong fragrances. So the first fragrance that I've brought is one of my absolute favourites, really strong, Xerjoff Naxos. It's an Italian brand. I'm going to Italy, I'm going to the Xerjoff party. It's a no-brainer. Beautiful tobacco, honey, lavender, super strong. Doesn't matter what anyone else is wearing, Naxos will shine through. At the airport, and I'm continuing the Italian-themed fragrance brand. I've gone with Acqua di Parma, and the fragrance I've brought is Cologne Esxence. One of my favourite freshies, neroli, lemons, very classy, very sophisticated, but for a freshie, pretty strong. So I think it's going to do all right in crowds of people. Just got pulled at security. No, I didn't put any fragrances in my hand luggage. It was microphones, camera stuff. It goes through the scanner and it doesn't know what it is, so they have to check it out. Anyway, let's go to duty free and see if we can find Oud Wood Parfum. Don't know if it'll be here. Heard it was getting released on the 1st of March, and duty free is often one of the first places, but I don't think it's there. I bumped into a friend of mine, Xavier, who I know from the gym that we go to, and you watch the channel. You came up to me in the gym and said you watched the channel, so
yeah, that's how I recognize you. And yeah, I didn't know you went to the same gym as me, so it's quite interesting.
Yeah, and you're going back to Portugal. What are you in the market for?
I wanted something for work, so something that would be a bit fresh. So I tried the Bogeyman Woods Essence, and I actually quite liked it. So I think I'm going to take this one.
That's a nice one, I think. Should be a good choice for what you need it for.
Yeah, it gives a bit of
fresher fragrance, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit lighter. We're happy with that, so
right.
I'll give it a go.
Cool. Well, safe travels to Portugal.
We're going to you as well.
All right, cheers. Thank you. Keeping the theme of super strong fragrances, this is from one of my favourite niche brands. I've never worn this in Milan before. I know it's going to go down so well because it's strong, it's crowd pleasing, it's a compliment getter. It's Parfum de Marly's Carlisle. It is such a massive fragrance. It's a bit fruity, it's got a gorgeous creamy sandalwood, it's a little bit spicy. It is a fragrance that is a massive crowd pleaser. I can't think that there's anything about this fragrance that people just would not like. It's really addictive. I feel confident when I wear this. It emboldens me, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes down on the fragrance floors of Esxence. A man who makes attention-grabbing, strong fragrances is Aaron Terence Hughes, and I brought a couple. The first one is Hard Candy. This is a sweet fragrance. It's like walking into a sweet shop, a candy shop. There's some extra stuff in there. I don't know if it's musks or what, but it's a little bit naughty and it's loud. This is a big, good fun fragrance. There's probably going to be a few nights out. Might end up in a club. If I do, I think I'll be going for Hard Candy. I've also brought Carbon, which is a fragrance that doesn't have a massive smell on its own, but it works to boost performance in a similar way to Molecule 01. So I'm going to wear Hard Candy over the top of Carbon. Let's see what happens. We're boarding. I've just been spending my time productively and editing this video you're watching now, and when I get on the plane I'll be editing this clip that I'm filming now. There she is. What a beauty. There won't be many flying on machines as impressive as this. And here are the pilots, just having a little break before they start up the engines. At the hotel, and I'm going to tell you about the next fragrance that I've brought with me, although I can't really tell you too much about it because it is the very exciting upcoming release that I'm doing with Aaron Terence Hughes. We've collaborated together. We're hoping it's going to be released this autumn, September, October. I don't really want to tell you exactly what it smells like at this stage, but I will tell you that it's called Grand Havana. And maybe when I get to the hotel and meet my friend, he can smell it and we'll see what he thinks. It's my Texan brother!
Hey, Chris.
Here he is, my good friend Mike from the Cologne podcast.
All the way from Texas.
I've said that you've got me a little surprise, so what is it?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, okay. Well, you've been alive for 30 years now, so
That's correct. Yeah.
In order to commemorate it, me and Ryan from the Cologne podcast, of course, we're from Texas, so we had to get you
Look at that.
a vintage, old school.
Genuine NFL.
That's right, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
So-
CeeDee Lamb from the Dallas Cowboys.
I hate to break it to you, I'm actually a Chicago Bears fan, but it's all
Well,
good.
just
I will wear this
Once
with
a
pride.
year, yeah, at least wear it.
I love that. That's so good. That's cool.
And then just a bunch of American candy goodies for you and the family. And since we're going to be drinking like crazy, there's some electrolyte packages in there as well.
That's the important one, the electrolyte packages, right?
That's right.
I'm going to
Yeah.
take my bag up to my room and then we're going to hit a bar, have a
do
little
it.
birthday, maybe an old fashioned or a whiskey or something. We'll see what's going on. And we need to talk to Mike about the fragrance I've worn all day today.
Okay.
Stay tuned. We made it. Milano. I got Mike. I got an old fashioned
For the
Thank you.
birthday.
Cheers. I need to talk about the final fragrance of this video, and it's the one that I've worn for my journey today. And this is the last fragrance because this is one that you made sure that I would bring with me. Do you know which one it is? Can you smell it? Are you getting any waft?
Is it Reflection 45?
Yes,
Okay.
it is Reflection 45. You smelled this on me last year.
I did.
What did you like about it? And have you smelled it since then, or not?
I have. Okay.
Okay.
So there's a short story, but basically you wore it. I felt like it was sophisticated and also beast mode and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it was a great fragrance. It was super loud. But then when we got back, you also released a very heartwarming video about this being one of your favorite ones that you like to wear around your family because you want them to have a specific fragrance to go to in their mind.
Yeah,
for
a signature.
You. Yeah, a signature one. Yeah. So after that video, I went to a Neiman's. I just had to see what it was like on this body.
Okay.
You know.
Did it work?
It was fantastic.
It's
for sure.
It's a good scent. I've got a little travel spray of this. Sort of put a little bit on your.
Yeah, I love it.
For me, this is the smell of Milan because I've worn this. I've brought this for the last 2 years. This is the fragrance I've had more compliments on than any other fragrance, and the majority of those compliments have been here in Milan. I know we're around lots of fragrance people, but I wear other fragrances, but this is the one. This is the one that's had
kind of
the
stands
most.
out.
Yeah, I love it, and I really think I'm actually on track for having this as my signature scent. I think I'm pretty much there with it because I smell it now, and it smells. Even I smell it. And I think it smells of me.
When we greeted each other with a warm embrace at the hotel, I didn't go like, "Oh, that's Reflection 45." I just said, "Chris is smelling good today." So
there it is. That is the final fragrance of the trip that I brought to try and impress all these fragrance influencers, some of the biggest in the world, and here is one of the biggest fragrance podcast influencers.
Yeah, I'll take that.
So there you go, there's all the fragrances, but just as a little bonus, I promised that I would get Mike's reaction to my collaboration with Aaron. This, I've already told him the name, it's called Grand Havana.
Okay.
And you can have a little smell, so if you've got a bit of skin,
right
then here you go, you can smell Grand Havana, and you don't have to say what it smells like.
Okay.
You can just sort of give us some reaction.
Well, I've watched enough videos to know that you enjoy a good tobacco note, so I'm assuming that this is in that realm.
It is, yeah.
Okay, yeah. But it's sweet. It's spicy. It's wonderful.
Okay, that's all we needed.
But one thing that I will say, and then that'll be it. For me, I have a hard time with like really tobacco-centric fragrances because to me it gets a little skanky sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm excited that this is like so smooth and warm and
it's got some depth to it, but there's an airiness as well, and there's an easy to wear quality about it, which I really enjoy.
It's more approachable than I would say some of the other tobacco fragrances that I've smelled that are like you can appreciate for what they're doing, but not as wearable. And for me, because I kind of get turned off by those. So but this is really nice.
Great. Well, I'm glad you think so. It was just a little sneak preview just to whet the appetites of people. We're hoping to get this out in the autumn, so fingers crossed that's going to happen. And that is the end of this video. If you want to see more from Milan, if you want to see me talking to lots of fragrance influencers, maybe even some perfumers around the fragrance fair, around the exhibition, around Esxence, make sure you stay tuned for more videos. But until then, that is me and Mike signing off from Milan. Cheers, Mike.
Cheers.
Cheers to you for watching. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video.